Good evening. Hey, what's up, Shiv? How are you? How's your week been? Did you have a good week? Hope you're having a good Friday. What's up, Artwork Studios? Nope, you are not late. I just started. Just started streaming. My streaming schedule's kind of been adjusted now that summer is here. So streaming during the day is a little bit tougher. So I think I'm gonna try to stream at night. Some nights, probably not every night, but some nights. Yonlei, hello. Time for another code? Yeah, I think we're gonna do a little bit of coding. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do. Maybe work on the Discord bot a little bit more. I don't know. This week was a big week in the coding programming world. You had Microsoft Build happening. You had Anthropic announcing new models. Yeah, it was just like crazy week. Shiv, you had a good week? That's awesome, man. Artwork Studios, you had a horrible week. So we have both ends of the spectrum here. Well, that sucks, dude. Yeah, exams. Exams could make the week bad, but I'm guessing now you're done, right? Or I'm hoping you're getting close to be done. My kids are out of school, so I would figure a lot of people are getting to the end of their semesters. Yeah, so let's see, Claude 4 is out now. So that's pretty exciting. I haven't used it too much. They did add some new stuff to their API, which is kind of interesting. They added this code execution tool. They also added an MCP connector, which I haven't really explored too much. And they added this files API, which I think is kind of interesting. I need to update my SDK that I've been building. I actually need to update this to have some of these newer features. They're kind of piling up on me. And then, of course, you had Microsoft Build. I mean, there was so much happening at Microsoft Build. Which a lot of the Microsoft Build sessions are on YouTube now. If you go to the Microsoft Developer channel, there's just a ton of stuff to watch. Ton of stuff to watch. Oh yeah, I use JavaScript quite a bit. I just use it in the form of TypeScript, but I'm happy to look at your JavaScript library if you want to send me the link. Probably send it to me in Discord. But yeah, I would be happy to take a look at your JavaScript library. I actually though, if you were here yesterday, I did figure out how to test my Discord bot, or at least the gateway part of it. So let's see. I got my test coverage up to almost 100%. Not quite 100%, but pretty dang close. Oh, whoops. I need to fill in my changes. On late. To be honest, yeah, I do prefer TypeScript when I'm working in a serious project. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it just period. Like, especially now that Node supports using, like, now, like, if you're writing you know, if you're writing a simple script like make dir simple script, and then let's see, and cd into simple script. Yeah, so like now you can even do like, you know, you can do mvm index.ts. Give NeoVim a second to load here. You know, but you can do something like type message equals text, or let's do content string, and then you can do const message is of type message, and now you get that good IntelliSense. And then you can say console, you can say function display the message, and then you can call it, right? And that I think will all run now with the latest version of Node. Which actually I don't know what version I have. Yeah, so this may not work. Index.ts. Yeah, so I need a newer version of Node to make that work. But the newer versions of Node support TypeScript. So, but even if you're not using a newer version of Node, right? Like, what's to stop you from doing npx tsc? Let's see. To get access to the command line, use install TypeScript. Yeah. Let's see. npx TypeScript. I guess you could even do ts node, couldn't you? But yeah, I would always prefer to write TypeScript at this point. Oh, so you can do npx txx. Yeah. See, like, I don't know, that to me that's a much better experience from a dev perspective, right? Like, I know it's one more step because you got to compile it, but from a dev experience, I would much rather even write simple little silly scripts like this with TypeScript. Also, I should probably remove that. There's also, I need to remove this one too. Cool, yeah. I also set up open telemetry with my Discord bot. So I'm pretty much ready to go on this thing. I just need to make a Docker file and probably create some workflows, and I'll be good to go. Let's see, pull request, YAML, and then deploy, YAML. Hello, little Quan. How are you? Hello, Arkin. Little Quan, is coding a hobby for you? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I work as a senior quality engineer, so I do some coding at my day job. It's probably about 50% automation, 50% manual. But yeah, but it's definitely a hobby for sure. But it's a productive hobby, right? Because it's like you're learning a skill, you get to build things that actually add value to your life. Um, yeah, and it helps me. Like it makes me better at my day job. The more I understand code and programming and building software, the more effective I can be in my work. What about you guys? Do you guys code as a hobby? Yeah, silly script. Go with JavaScript. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame. I don't think there's anything against you. I just if you're running like I think it's the newest version of Node. What is it? Node. Actually, I'm just gonna install it. Node.js. Do I have? Did I install? I can't remember if I installed Node.js Winget. I really should install Node Version Manager on this machine. I don't have Node Version Manager set up on this. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Let's see, Node Version Manager. How do I? Oh, I need to uninstall Node. Let's see. Settings. This is completely off script. This is not at all what I had planned for tonight, but I don't care. Artwork Studios. Okay, almost done. It should be sent to the server. Okay, let me look. Okay, here we go. Copy. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Wanted this. Functions Plus. Okay, a simple library with pre-built functions for readability and ease of use in JavaScript. So this is something that this was something that Artwork Studios built. Oh, that's awesome. You've been busy, Elon. And what do you think of Go so far? Do you like Go? Jolly Man? Is this your your NPM username? That's pretty good, Artwork Studios. Looks like you've got a lot of good stuff in here. Utility functions, some string. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these. Although some of these are redundant, right? I mean, some of these are just, they probably just wrap other things. Like how come you have a lowercase function and you don't just use 2 lowercase? Oh, I see. So you added a little bit of validation. That's smart. Yeah, this is great, man. It's been a while since I've seen people do this though. Exports.floor. I mean, everyone just writes ESM now, right? I mean, you don't see a lot of people writing common JS style. Where's the lowercase? Lowercase. Oh, so that's what. So all you're doing is you're basically just making sure that if it's a string. Interesting. What do you use this for? Artwork Studios? Do you use this in just smaller, small projects? Because a lot of what you're doing is just doing type validation. Yeah, I think it's great, man. Looks like you got some good little functions in there. Probably adds a lot of value to a few people. Definitely probably adds value to you. Thanks for sharing it, Artwork Studios. That's awesome, man. Try seeing the peak of how many people installed it. Oh, okay. Let me look. I would be happy to see how many people have installed it. 178 installs? Nice. 85 installs. There you go, man. Got some users. That's awesome. It always feels very cool whenever you make something and put it out publicly and you can see people using it, right? It's a pretty cool feeling. I think that's one of the best parts about the web, like doing web development, is you can just deploy stuff and share it with people. Elon, it's good. Arkin, so I still have approximately 4 years to put 200 projects on my GitHub. Yeah, I mean, I have a crap ton of repositories on my GitHub, but I mean, some of them are forks, some of them are exploratory things. You know, they're not all like. I have 224 repositories. I would say probably 75% are like meaningful things, and probably 25% are not useful things. Yeah, YAML. Pretty much, if you understand TypeScript, I guess you could understand Go. They're statically typed too. Yeah, I've written some Go, Ylan. Yanlei. Maybe I should call you Yanlei. Yeah, I've written some Go, and I like it. I write primarily C# and TypeScript is primarily the languages of choice these days. Arkin 70 by. Yeah, I mean, meaningful in the sense that a lot of them are like projects that I did when I was learning. You know what I mean? Like stuff I can look back and, yeah, I built this, I built that. But yeah, but then there's some that are just throwaway stuff, forks, advent of code repos, or like code I wrote while following books, or code I wrote while following courses. You know? Maybe not meaningful to you, but meaningful to me. You know what I mean? Oh, I was gonna install. I'm gonna get let's see. Programs. Let's see, Node. Where's Node at? Let's uninstall Node here. And then we're going to install Node Version Manager, because that is the best way to use Node. Yeah, the Discord bot's been a fun project. It's been a very fun project to work on, and I'm at the point now where I can deploy it, so I am excited about that. Okay, Node has been uninstalled. Node Version Manager Winget. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to like keep multiple projects, side projects going at the same time. Because I feel like sometimes you get bored of one, you know what I mean? It's nice to be able to have like a palette cleanser every now and then. Let's see, nvm -- version. There we go. And then nvm list, I think. Okay. nvm install LTS. And then nvm, I also want to do nvm latest. Nvm install latest. And then we'll do nvm list and then nvm use latest. Okay. And now we've got node -- version. Cool. Yeah, so now with this version of Node, I can do... I guess I can actually make that silly script work. Node index.ts. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty baller. Now that Node, I mean, I would love to see types come natively to JavaScript. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it would be pretty cool to see it happen. And then if I want to switch back to a more stable version of Node, I can do nvm use LTS. Yeah, that's wonderful. Whoever came up with Node Version Manager, that is wonderful. A wonderful experience. All right, so should we actually try to do something productive here for a second? Yeah, maybe. Artwork shoes. What are we making? I don't know, man. I really didn't have any idea what to do stream wise tonight. I've been working on the Discord bot like ferociously for the last 2 hours or so, and so that's working. Like I got all the testing done, so that's what I was trying to show you guys a second ago. was the test coverage. So I think I got my test coverage up to like 95%. Or 91%. So pretty good line coverage, pretty good branch coverage. I'm happy. The biggest and nastiest class was this the gateway, the client that maintains the connection. This was the biggest class, and I got the bulk of the logic tested. There's a few places in here where I'm not adding coverage. I'm just not concerned with it at the moment. So tests are written. I also added instrumentation, so we can go to extensions.telemetry, and so I set up OpenTelemetry. So I've got some logging and some tracing using OpenTelemetry, and I'm going to send that to a service called Seek. If you guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Seek, but it's a pretty good service for centralized logging. They also support traces. They don't support metrics yet, but they do support OTel logs and OTel traces. So that's what I'm using for my logging solution. That way, when things go wrong with my bot, I can understand like what maybe I did wrong. So at this point, I just need to write my workflows. Yonley, looks like Node versus Dino will begin. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think Dino and Bun are pushing Node to innovate, which I think is great. You know, I mean, not that I think Node wasn't innovating. I just think when you have new runtimes that come along and are pushing the feature set, and they're pushing support for TypeScript natively, I think it lit a little fire under Node's ass to also, you know, keep up, which I think is great. What's up, Ducky Dev? How are you? How goes it in Ducky Dev's world? Excuse me. What's up, Pablo? How are your kids? Oh, kids are good. They're in bed now. But they're doing well. They had their first full day of summer. We had some family visiting in town, so we hung out with them this evening. Excuse me. And yeah, it's been a good Friday, man. And we're having a good Friday night. Just a quiet Friday at the house. The Larson family. You know Node.js? I do know Node.js. Rworks Studios. Is it nighttime for you right now? It is. Yep, it's 9:45 p.m. Central Standard Time for me. Ark, and it was stagnating. Bun sure shaped things up. Yeah, wasn't paying enough attention to like the Node development arc to know if it was stagnating or not. But it does definitely seem like they're trying to keep up. Ducky Dev building a little app called Homeport. Oh my goodness. Something has got me sneezing. To manage home servers using a GUI. Yeah, that sounds intense. Did you ever finish your Discord bot? Hugo Chuck Wu. Sorry if I messed up your first name, man. Great to have you here. Wonderful that you're new. We always like new folks. I have been working on building a Discord bot lately. (10:45 a.m.) Oh yeah, so you're starting your Saturday, and I'm ending my Friday. Time zones are wild. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back. Don't let me forget that I'm muted. Yeah, Ducky Dev, I feel you. Sometimes it's nice to just have a palate cleanser, you know? Want to code today or not feeling like? Yeah, I've been coding a lot actually. So I coded like all day, and then I coded for a couple hours at my father-in-law's house while we were hanging out over there. I just really wanted to get the Discord bot to a place where I can just focus on deploying it, and that's where I'm at. So, but I don't know if I'll do much coding tonight, but I am gonna try to write these GitHub workflows and maybe get the thing deployed. We'll see. Jobs. See, we want to. What do we want to do? We want to format, and we want to test. Are the two things we want to do here. It is kind of crazy. Like, that's the one thing I've been really surprised by when I started streaming, was the fact that I had people in my chat that were like across different time zones. That has been a very surprising thing to me, but cool nonetheless. The Larson family. It's also going to contain Solidity for smart contracts. Are you talking about in Node.js? God, I don't know why my nose is fighting me right now. Node.js Solidity? What? Oh, I already took some today. Web3 stuff. Yeah, I know nothing about Web3. But that's interesting if that's actually going to be in Node.js. Because I know nothing about that. Nothing at all. Alright, probably need to ignore some paths here, don't we? We can probably ignore everything under... Okay, GitHub. Do we want to... Yeah, we can ignore the README. We can ignore the editor config. Yeah, license doesn't matter. I don't plan to have a change log. It might make more sense to just say only pay attention to well, anything under source, actually. So instead of doing that, let's do paths and then let's do source. Oh, I also want to do workflow dispatch. Hey Victor, how are you, man? Long time no see. Hey Steven, when people play hot potato, do they use a real hot potato? I think so, but I've never played real hot potato, so I don't honestly know. West, less, rest. Are we writing some GitHub actions? Yeah, we are writing some workflows we'll have a workflow that'll do a pull. Whenever I open a pull request against the bot, against the main branch, we'll run a pull request to format our code and to test it, obviously. And then I'll write another pull request that will do the deployment to my server. DuckyDev, I once built a document database in Node.js with encryption and I think you shared that with us, DuckyDev. What was it called? I think you shared that project with me. All right, and then to run our tests, we can do pretty much the same thing. We can do runs on Ubuntu, steps. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then we should be able to test this. Oh, we also need to set up install report generator. Yeah, we need to set up that so it's available. Then we can probably upload our coverage report. Uses actions, upload, artifact, v4. And then we'll say with. Call that HTML report. And then the location is going to be tests. Not tests. It's going to be source. Steve's bot. Let me actually cd. So it'll be source, Steve's bot, worker tests, coverage, no, test results, coverage, report. Test results, coverage, report. Okay, that's pretty good, right? Yeah, I think that's all I need on the pull request side. Hey Steven, what is that though YAML? The YAML is GitHub Actions workflow, like this. I don't know if you're not familiar with GitHub Actions, it won't make any sense. But basically, in order to do like CI/CD workflows on GitHub, you can create these YAML files with jobs that then have steps, and you can orchestrate all kinds of crazy stuff. Pablo, do you have docs on the side? Yeah, I have. Well, I have GitHub Actions docs as well as previous examples of like here's another workflow that I've written before. So once you've written one of these workflows, right, you can pretty much just take an existing one, tweak it to your needs, and then go from there. I do have a tool that I can use to test my workflows locally, which is kind of cool now. This is kind of cool. This is a recent addition to my local development environment. So you can basically test your GitHub Actions on your local machine. I haven't used it a lot though, so I'm pretty inept. But I thought I might give it a try tonight. Oh, I gotta get Docker running. Pablo, you were working so fast. I was like, he has too good of a memory, or docs. No, yeah, docs and previous samples. I can't remember all that stuff at all. But I mean, most of the time with a lot of those things, right? The first time you build something, or the first time you have to stitch together a pipeline or a CID workflow, you do a lot of work and a lot of experimentation. You do a lot of reading of the docs. But then once you kind of figure out how you want to do it, you know, that's kind of the way you just do it from then on out, right? And you just kind of modify it to suit the next use case. Toad says, I have introduced to YAML while working on Ansible scripts. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Ansible. One of the DevOps guys at my job is working on putting together. He calls them Ansible playbooks, is what he always refers to them as. So I just don't have much experience with it. I don't like YAML. Like, I would much rather not write workflows in YAML. There's actually a project out there where you can write. Oh, shoot, I forgot the name of it. CI, CD, and TypeScript. I think I put it in our Discord channel at one point. See if I can find it. CI, CD, TypeScript. God, I can't remember what the name of that project was for the life of me. PandaCI. That's the name of it. It's called PandaCI. And so you can basically run CI/CD pipelines, but you write it in TypeScript, which is kind of cool. I haven't used it yet, but man, I'd much rather do this than use YAML. But the thing is with GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps, the benefit now is that there's so many like existing what are they called? Actions, like pre-built actions to do stuff, right? So there's just like a huge community around those tools that even though they're in YAML, they're still very useful. The Corzo family. Hey, what's up? Still Java, Python, HTML. No, we are right now. We're working on a Discord bot that's written in C#, and right now I'm working on writing workflows to handle pull requests and then to get the thing deployed. I'm going to stick it in a Docker container and deploy it out to a VPS. Pablo, RGH actions do some crazy shit. We have a mono repo, so we only run tasks depending which files have changed. We also run steps, and if there are changes on files after the step executes, we reject the PR. We deploy with VPN tunnels. That sounds awesome. Sounds like you guys have a very sophisticated approach to your CI/CD system. RWorks use. If I don't message much, it's because I'm also working on a project. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. You don't have to worry about chatting. You guys definitely do your own thing. Oh, ToadStage. In the name of multiple node setups, in the name of multiple node setups, I actually just installed Node Version Manager on this machine. I use Node Version Manager on my other laptops, but I didn't have it set up here. And I think I think Node Version Manager is one of those things that's just wonderful. List. So now I can have different versions of Node running at the same time on the same machine. Well, not necessarily running at the same time, but I can switch back and forth. Okay, I was gonna try to test that workflow I just wrote. So how do I do that? Act -- help. I don't know how to use this. What is Docker? No, Docker's running. Oh, it's complaining about my deploy YAML. That's what it's complaining about. Well, we're gonna delete that then, because if I don't need that right now, source. Okay, so how do I trigger this? That's the question. How do I trigger? Oh, act event name? Okay. Pablo knows. So we say act and then pull request. That? Alright, we'll see what's gonna happen. Mark, how far is the bot coming along? It's coming along great. Now I'm working on getting it deployed. Once I have it deployed, we can iterate a little bit more on it. We can get it to do some different things. And this is taking a long time. We can chat for a while. Yeah, exactly. By the way, see ya. Today I'm free, so I think I'll just go and explore the nearby area which I bought. Yeah, man. Go do it. Get outside. Do your thing. I feel like I'm probably going to end up crashing my computer because I have OBS running and I'm trying to do this very intensive work with a heavy Docker image. Yeah, it's gonna eat my CPU and then OBS is gonna die. So if I start to lag out, that's why. So it's already killing my stream. Wonderful. yeah, Docker doing Docker things.